Hey Jess, just me, give me jingle back, love you, bye. Hey Jess, just me, give me jingle back, love you, bye. Hey Jess, just me, give me jingle back, love you, bye.
Well, that's what I woke up to and heard throughout the day. We're all gathered here today to celebrate the homegoing of my beautiful mother, the most incredible testimony of faith I've ever known. She never let cancer stop her from living or witnessing just how good God is. She loved to entertain. If you were at Mom's house for more than 5 minutes, she would say, "Let me put on some coffee," and always had wonderful baked goods to serve. When the holidays rolled around, Mom was always in the spirit to have all the family over with visiting and a meal. I remember when Mom was diagnosed with cancer and she came in and she laid on the floor and she began to say over and over, "I have to fight, I have to fight." And that she did with faith, grace, and dignity. With the mountains came valleys, and if you've ever heard my mom sing, "God on the Mountain," she lived it. And if you haven't, you should go to YouTube, and you'll be blessed. Through this journey, I never saw my mom or dad's faith waver one bit, which went along with one of Mom's favorite lines. "Oh, God's been so good to me. I've had 55 wonderful years," and always commenting on little Alex Mandarino and stepping in as a prayer warrior for him. When anyone would ask Mom, how you doing, Peg?" she would reply, "Oh, I'm great, how about you?" And no matter the pain or how sick she was, she never complained. My mom shared a lot with me through this journey, as she knew I needed a little bit of peace about what was going on. Always talking someone through something, even her own battle. She mothered me and prepared me the best that she could for this day, reassuring me, "Jess, you have to trust in God's timing. I am." One memory that sticks out was when Mom was going to be airlifted to Chicago. As they came in and explained how important it was that she get a breathing tube for the trip, Mom simply said no. They kept on trying to get her to do it. "We don't think you'll make it." Mom simply looked at them and she said, "It's not over until God says it's over. And if it's in a helicopter over Lake Michigan, then so be it." Again, showing us her great faith in the Master and that it is all in His time. Well, she made it. I think my pages got messed up. Just a week ago, on Thursday, I got to spend the whole entire day with my mother. And it started out with her showing me all the stuff, all of the bargains that she got earlier that morning, rummaging. Then was followed by breakfast with Grandpa and Grandma and Aunt Sue and Lily Bear. And after that, we had to go get pumpkins for the kids, so they got the best one in the patch. After that, we saw another rummage, and I said, "Should we stop?" "Of course." Then telling me, "Now, when I'm gone, you better carry on my legacy." I said, "I know, Mom." We had so many bargains that we had to go to the ATM. And as a matter of fact, I just asked my dad yesterday if he had a clothes budget for us because we were all going to look like ragamuffins. His mom got the sales and bought us stuff constantly. Then it was off to Nye's Apple Barn for the best apples in town because Uncle Tex was coming to town. And with Uncle Tex and Aunt Joni came apple pies. He let me know the other day that it was equally important to him. That's the only apple pie he's ever eaten. Then it was time for Pie 101. We made 3 pies, and Mom said, "Now, here's where the recipe is." We cleaned the kitchen up, and I said, "You know, Mom, you should lay down and rest," knowing that we had a big weekend. She was throwing her dad an 80th birthday party. And 55 people were there to celebrate. Most of the time, I would get tired of hearing about how much stuff she crammed into a day. She lived every day to the fullest and also like it was her last. Well, you can rest now, sweet mama, in the arms of Jesus. As we stood at her bedside, there was such a peace and the presence of the Lord in the room. It was amazing. She always said she wanted her favorite piano player to play her into heaven. We sang forever, it seemed, with family and friends, and not long after that, the word spread, and the doctors and the nurses that had cared for Mom throughout the years began to come and say their final farewells. Wow, my mom really did impact everyone she came in contact with. The one that stands out the most was a nurse from 14, which is where most of Mom's stays landed. She fought back the tears and she made her way to my mom's bedside and she said, "Oh, my sweet Peggy, you will always be with me. I love you. You have taught me so much." As the day went on, more and more doctors and more nurses began to come in. They all pretty much had the same things to say. "Man, this woman's tough as nails. She's such a fighter, a joy to be around, and always positive. She truly was a testimony of her faith." I can still hear her singing, "Heaven for me, and tears are our language, freedom in my soul, and God on the mountain. Mimi, I will miss your phone calls every day, and your beautiful, contagious smile, and the good nights, but you are at peace now and with Jesus." If you knew my mom, she loved her grandkids. And when my mom first got sick, I had a lot of pictures of Mom when she was well. And Cooper kept saying to me, "You know, Mom, that's not my Mimi." And so the more and more he said it, the more and more I thought about it. And I thought, I think I'm going to take those down and I'm going to put them in a box and photo albums and, save them. And so I began to replace those photos with photos of what the reality was that we were going through. Well, on Monday, Cooper said to me on his way to school, he said, "Hey, Mom, do you know where you put all of those pictures of Mimi?" And I said, "Well, yeah, son, they're right there on the shelf." "Well, Mom, you better get those out because that's what she looks like now." She fought the fight with dignity and grace, and she went out with dignity and grace. I love you, Mom, and I will never forget you. And as I told you, I'm one lucky lady to have your fingerprints all over me. I love you, and I want to leave you with this. The Dash poem by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her tombstone from beginning to the end. He noted that the first date of her birth, and then spoke the following date with tears. But he said what matters most was the dash between those years. For the dash that represents all the time that she had spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved her know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about it long and hard. Are there things that you would like to change? For you never know how much time is left. That can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way that other people feel and be quick to anger and show appreciation more and love people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remember that special dash might only last a while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? And I want to thank everybody for their love and continued support. This has been a long journey for us. We appreciate all the prayers going up for us, and I appreciate all of you being a part of my mother's dash.